That's our third topic for this session. In this, we'll see about various banking committees which are framed from time to time. RBI frames various banking committees from time to regulate the working capital requirements and submit reports to give the relevant suggestions or recommendations which can be followed practically. Over time, various committees have been formed like the Dahej Committee in 1969, Tandon Committee 1975, Shore Committee 1980, Rathe in 1984 and Kanan in 1997. Various committees came with the various recommendations. Like the Dahej Committee which was formed came with a major recommendation like appraisal of credit applications should be done before granting of loan. Similarly, Tandon Committee also came out. The bank must carry out the actual appraisal before they grant loan for working capital requirement. So you see various companies which came with various recommendations. Like Kanan Committee came with regular contact with the borrowers, periodic monitoring should be there to reduce the overall regulation and reduce the overall default in the working capital loans. So different committees are formed from time to time. Let us go deep into these committees and say what they do about. Like the Dahej Committee. The Dahej Committee which was formed came with the report. So let us see what was the Dahej Committee. It was actually formed to control the tendency of overfinancing and the diversion of the bank funds. The Dahej Study Group which was formed made recommendations for the banking system on the finance industry on the basis of a total study of the borrower's operations rather than security considerations. Now this group was actually formed under the chairmanship of V.T. Dahej, and he said that his findings are more on borrowers rather than on the security consideration. The general tendency with the business is to take short-term credit from banks and use it for purpose other than manufacturing or for business use. It also pointed out in this report was that the bank do not give proper attention to the financing pattern of its client. The client resort to double for multiple financing of stock. So banks may take customers and business houses may take multiple financing at a time. The Dahej Committee report actually focused on this. Cash credit accounts should actually be distinguished between the hardcore and short level assets. So the major recommendation with the Dahej Committee was distinguishing your accounts into hardcore and the short level. And the short level of raw materials, finished goods and stores which the industry is required to be hold in order to maintain a given level of production. Similarly, they said the bank finance should be provided on strong financial basis as term loan and be subjected to regular repayment schedule, whereas your short-term component of the account should be represent the requirement of funds for temporary purpose, that is short-term increase in inventories, dividend and any bonus payment. The borrowing be registered as a short period out of sale. So they made it very clear how to distinguish between the hardcore and the short-term account as such. And the Dahej Committee report focused on that. The banks do not actually bother about where the funds are used after the loan is granted. When Tandon Committee was formed, and they came up with the report that the RBI set up this committee in 1974 only to remove the limitations and go deep into the findings why do banks default. And this committee was formed under the chairmanship of MPL Tandon. Now, at that time MPL Tandon was the chairman of Punjab National Bank as well, and he submitted this report in August 1975. His study report actually observed that there was some uniformity in approach among banks in assessing working capital requirement. Similarly, especially in regard to the inventory part and receivables in each industry. But he came with a recommendation that your inventory and your receivables should be specified or should be defined before you go for a loan. Hence, the need for fixing the norms for current assets was a major task which the banks had to do. The group also felt that the bank had to finance only a part of its funding requirements for the borrower for carrying out the current asset. The remaining part should be funded by the company by its own or by plowing back of profits or long-term funds. It means the bank should not fund the full requirements of a company. Only some portion should go and the remaining portion the companies should go for retained earnings. Similarly, cash credit accounts should be distinguished between the hardcore and the short level, which was the previous committee said. But Tandon Committee laid down the three methods over here. Three methods for the working out the maximum possible level of bank credit which can be given to the borrowers. The first method was that the borrower have to contribute a minimum of 25% of working capital gap. It is your current assets, current liabilities, except your bank borrowing. This will give him a minimum of current ratio of your 1:1. Similar second requirement was there, which laid down by this committee were the borrower's contribution for long-term funds will be the extent of the entire core current assets and a minimum of 25% of the balance current assets, which strengthens the current ratio further. Similarly, the third method laid down was that the borrower should contribute 100% core current assets and 2% of balance current assets from your long-term sources. So, laid out certain guidelines which need to be followed for the methods when the credit has to be given to the borrower. Then Shore Committee came into picture. The Shore Committee again was RBI appointed under the in 1979 the chairmanship of Mr. K.V. Shore. Now he actually came into picture to fill the gap between the sanctioned funds and the utilization. The major we found the previous committee reports also that banks never bothered about utilization of the fund. But this committee came with the recommendations that the need for the dependence of large and medium scale units for business when they go to bank for working capital need should be found out for the same. Similarly, cash credits given by loans and bills wherever possible should be specified and should be looked into consideration for the usage. Similarly, banks should follow simplified information system with penalties in case information is not coming within a specified level. So Shore Committee came with guidelines in which the gap should be met and the gap between the bank and the borrower in which information is not conveyed properly. Still, Shore Committee was also had a certain thing and they have a aim how to see the effective utilization of funds which are given by the bank to a organization. We also saw that organization which they take funds do not use the funds for the business purpose as well. They diverse the funds here and there. Then Marathe Committee was formed. The Marathe Committee was formed under the chairmanship of Sri S.S. Marathe and it actually constituted in 82. Now he came up to revise the existing inventory norms which are there and he prescribed the norms for more industries and distinguishing of industry to the extent which is necessary. So he said inventory part was more to be focused on when a company goes for a loan. So if you see various RBI guidelines came and they set up committees in how banks should actually grant credit when companies come into picture. The reforms have changed from time to time. Similarly, if you see every came with their own recommendation. For example, Marathe recommendation was that lending to the industry or industrialization should be focused on the track concept. Similarly, Kangan Committee was clear. Regular conduct with the borrower should be there. Periodic monitoring should be there. Shore Committee has it more about it was focused on credit worthiness of the borrower as such. So each committee came up with their own recommendations in short and they have been changed for time to time and RBI pitches in between to control the banking and the working capital utilization for which the loans are taken into.